A lot of people we've been speaking to want to consider moving out of WhatsApp to Facebook because they don't want what happened to the Bollywood stars to happen to them. That there somehow something happens and their chats are then in public. Even if there's nothing to hide, nobody really wants that kind of violation of privacy. Ankit's report there suggests that doesn't really change. If the person that you're speaking to ends up in trouble legally, whatever message you've sent him is still, or could still, unless he's deleted it, be on his phone, and that could still be out in the public.
Also, any sort of encryption, this end-to-end encryption or the device encryption of chats works only either when the data is in transit, or suppose if somebody steals your chats from your phone, WhatsApp still has an encryption, and like all other apps have got encryption. But if somebody has got physical access to your device, then chats are available in the plain text. So that is altogether a different case. Now the question here is that, all this business of what you're collecting, what you're not collecting, what is the way out? See, my suggestion is that the constructive thing, people across political spectrum, like, Dr. Shashi Tharoor and others in Congress, or Ravi Shankar Prasad and the Prime Minister Modi in BJP, in last 2-3 years, all these people have been speaking at various fora about the importance of data in India and about the importance of data privacy bill. So I think the time has come that all people across political spectrum now come together in a bipartisan manner and immediately push through for data privacy bill. That's number one. Number two, and without waiting that bill to be passed in the parliament as an immediate relief. See, governments across the world are the custodians of right of their citizens. So I may, fight with WhatsApp for my individual contract, but government at the end of the day is custodian of, rights of 40 crore WhatsApp users here. So they must intervene and they must stop this policy from being put into place.
So, Udbhav Tiwari, how soon do you see the right to privacy, or the privacy law in India, which we've been working on, coming to fruition and becoming reality, and how significant is that?
That may likely, it is with the JPC that may come in the winter coming session of Parliament, in the budget session. But you can't wait before that, because WhatsApp is claiming, like Mr. Rizvi said, that people have an opt-in feature, opt-in. I think that is an absolutely, that is not what WhatsApp is doing. I think it's a false statement. WhatsApp is telling you that if you do not opt in by consent, we will shut down your accounts on February 8th. This is what the reality is. And I think time is now for the government to intervene and stop this.
Udbhav Tiwari, Jiten passionately asking for the government to step in and to stop this tech giant from doing what he's calling gundagardi and dadagiri.
I would say that until we have a data protection law, there's actually remarkably little that the government can do. Even if we look at the Cambridge Analytica case, there were a series of letters written by the IT minister of the country to the head of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and there was a ton of conversation over the course of a year about what actually took place then, with hundreds and thousands of Indians being impacted by it. But as we saw, without a strong data protection law that empowers the government and gives it a sense of direction with how it can enforce the fundamental right to privacy, none of it will actually lead to anything, and it will just end up being something that plays out in the public domain without the privacy of citizens being benefited in any way. To your second question of when do we see the bill coming into the parliament, well, there is a joint parliamentary committee where the member of parliament Meenakshi Lekhi has already said that the report for this joint parliamentary committee is being prepared, and the new session of parliament is expected to start in late January, early February of this year. We can expect the bill to likely be introduced in that parliament, but I think we will have to wait for maybe a couple of months or maybe even another session for the bill to be passed, because it still is a fairly contentious issue when it comes to issues like data localization and many other things that are present in the bill.
No, but if we need to show urgency somewhere, and WhatsApp is the kind of app that literally crores of people across the country are using. Therefore, Jiten, this is where you need to see a sense of urgency. If there is a law that needs to be brought in with consultation, but brought in with speed and purpose, this is where we need to see that action.
Rahul, I think in my opinion, yes, I am all a big supporter of any data privacy law, and I would want it to come tomorrow if it was in my hands. But no matter when it comes, I think government can still act. See, this government has shown absolute commitment to protect the data rights of Indians when they banned 59 Chinese apps and consequently many other apps. So they know what is happening in the telecom ecosystem and digital spectrum. So every government in every country has got sovereign power. And if they feel that 40 crore citizens are facing an irreversible threat about their data being shared or data being stolen or data being used for unlawful or unethical purposes, governments can step in. There are many other ways I think this government can figure out, and I'm sure they will do something. Let us see how it falls. But I am amazed, across TV channels and newspapers, several people who were accusing Aadhaar and Arogya Setu of collecting location data and turning it into a surveillance empire, today are defending WhatsApp for law enforcement purpose. I think I am literally not able to understand what has changed so much that how are we so comfortable with a foreign company to collect everything about you.